My ears destroyed. Huh. I don't know why that does that now. It does. What's up? So, how's everyone doing this afternoon? This is Will's Dissolve. This is a pretty excellent album that was released about a month or so ago. And the album is entitled The Heavens Are Not on Fire. It's a concept release based off an event that happened that occurred in Texas in 1833. What happened is that there was a meteor shower that took place, and in a region in Texas they believe that it was the coming of the end times. Will's Dissolve is from Texas. So this is apparently some sort of local legend or something along those lines. Something that they are very familiar with, something that's been talked about for years. It's a very, very interesting album. It has elements of progressive death metal, has some elements of hybrid metal, some ambience in there, and then of course death metal or doom metal is a big influence as well.
Alone I walk infinite days.
Yeah.
Mind uneasy and filled with haze. Body broken, bleeding out. Soul.
Water Blanc, I will be doing that whenever she comes in streaming. Aside from that, no. I was away for a good portion of last evening. And I was away for a good portion of the afternoon as well. Did you know that here in America, whenever a president dies, or maybe just this particular president, they shut down the post office? Because I sure didn't, and I live in this fucking country. So those of you who have ordered things from the CD sale within the last like day or so, your shipments will go out, but not today. Yeah, post office is closed today. That was your thing. Learned about that a couple of days ago. Well, that shows you just how out of touch I am. Well, Water Blanc, I'll see what I can do there, but I'll unfortunately have to make some folks understand that if I don't immediately get with a greeting, that's not an insult. Hear a little bit of audio doubling for a second because my lovely headphones. I need new headphones in case you guys didn't see the title of the stream today. There we go. Much better. Much better. Oh. This, by the way, is the highlight of the album. You may not know, but we transitioned songs. We are now into track 4 on the album, On This Cold November Night. Oh, that right there is beautiful. But we have some things that we need to do today. First of all, we have Obscure from Darren Gray from Metal Fury with a $5 donation. Metal Fury, I'm sure that's still going toward number number 7, I'm assuming. Let me know if I'm incorrect in that assumption before I go ahead and get that in there. We have Crimson today. Crimson will be starting. We'll get Obscure from Dealer in Grey played first, and then we will be onward and never upward to Crimson by Edge of Sanity, because I do see that Gamma Angel is here. So let's go ahead and leap into Obscure. You can check out the Wills Dissolve album on YouTube. If you want to listen to that full album, if you like what you are hearing thus far, you can scope it out at the link that was posted in chat there. We'll get to Obscure from Dealer in Grey, then we will have Crimson by Edge of Sanity, which is requested from the one, the only Gamma Angel. Is he man? Is she woman? The question will never be answered. I believe, actually, if I'm being real, I believe that what Gamma Angel actually is neither man nor woman. I believe that he is simply an embodiment of the entire state of Utah. I believe that residents of Utah got together one day and said, we need an embodiment. Yeah, we will be listening to Crimson today. Today's stream is going to be a little bit shorter than yesterday's and the typical stream, because we are going to be getting together, getting all of our collective energy and strength together and ready for Bad Song Stream, which is coming on Friday, for those of you who were not here for the 5,000 announcements I made yesterday. But yeah, Bad Song Stream 3, Bad Songs with a Vengeance, comes to you live this coming Friday. We're going to get started a little bit earlier, hopefully. My hope is to get started around 2:30 or 3 o'clock as opposed to the typical start time of 4. So we will get the party started a little bit early and hopefully go on for quite some time. Here is my hope for a Bad Song Stream. My Bad Song Stream, or the Bad Song Stream hope, is very simple. Let's aim to see if we can't make this stream 6 hours in length. Let's try for a 6-hour stream. I think we can do it. I think it's easier than we think. Crimson is 40 minutes. Crimson is 40 minutes. However, I did want to allot some time just in case Evil Toad was able to make it here today and had his queue ready. He now has, by the way, as a result of another generous donation yesterday of $50, 150 minutes at his disposal. I don't think we have literally ever had a larger sort of queue potential or timing, time potential in CKN history. I think this is, we've had bigger donations, but those donations did not come with the expectation of filling up every minute with a song. Filling up every dollar as a minute of a song. If that was the case, then we would have eclipsed that quite a bit, by quite a bit, long ago, last year. And essentially, this would just become like a Justin Neely radio station, which, quite frankly, knowing his taste, and I've become very accustomed to his taste based around his donations as well as conversations with him and the things that he's bought from the CD sale, because he's very, very active with the CD sale. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Here's my feeling about the Tumblr situation. Hold on. My phone charger has been unplugged, probably by something with 4 legs. Probably by a 4-legged someone. There we go. Yay! I think it would be a... I think that Tumblr kind of kept everybody in one place, but Tumblr already had a pretty bad reputation. And I know that... I've never used Tumblr. I have a couple of friends that had sent me links in the past saying, hey, you know, what do you think of this? And usually it was some sort of a blog or some sort of like piece of art that they did. And I noted that there was a lot of nudity over there. Like, it just kind of ran roughshod. And it also seems like just everybody and their monkey's grandmother had a Tumblr. I never got into it. I never really understood it. It was never for me. So as a result, I don't know what this is going to do. I think that there's going to be a lot more whining in the future about it. But it's just like anything else. You're not going to find that one of those folks are going to want it so bad that they're able to create like a rival that allows it. I don't know. I personally don't know why they just all of a sudden decided to do this. I guess maybe they're running into a lot of... maybe they're running into some legal difficulties. Personally speaking, I think it might be a decent thing to have just because you would have some sort of proof if there would be like a court case or a criminal case and the person was dumb enough to post their exploits to their Tumblr. I don't know. I really don't know. And I'll be really honest with you guys, since I don't have Tumblr and have never really messed with it all that much, if at all, I don't care. I really don't care. To me, it just seems like a lot of people are going to be pissed because now they can't go on Tumblr and potentially see nudes of, you know, girls they want to bang, or, you know, not show their dick, that just so girls that are on their Tumblr can see it and think, wow. But first of all, I don't think any woman ever has looked at a picture of a penis and reacted the same way that men do to photos of boobs and butts. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if you've ever taken a look-see at a nice picture of a schlong and said to yourself, damn, I needs me some of that. Crimson by Edge of Sanity. We have another donation from Waterblanc that I will get to after this ad from McDonald's, because this is fucking annoying. And it's also taking forever to load. God damn. Okay, never mind. No ad. What's happening? Oh no. There we go. It's been a minute since I've listened to this. This is going to be love for me. This is going to be love for me right now. Male perception, considering I am one myself. And never have I thought to myself, like, but once maybe, or twice in my life, I'm doing right now, I just made tea, fuck that tea, I'm getting me some dick. You know, said basically, I don't know, only nymphomaniacs, prostitutes that are hoping for money, and porn stars, then that's the co-stars, basically swapping resumes. You think that's all that really is? If you're a porn star, the way that you resume swap is by showing pictures of your fun parts. $3.96 in total from Waterblanc for Bathory's The Lake. I still need to add the $5 to number 7. Thanks to Metal Fury. Once again, we thank him for that. Waterblanc, where is yours heading to? We don't have very many options left. we are running very, very low whenever it comes to options. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos that have not been funded. Put that into context with the fact that there were 25 to start. And that is crazy. That is crazy. But yeah, obviously Tumblr users are going to be very disappointed with the decision, especially if they were partaking or... I remember there was one individual that had Tumblr that I was friends with. You know, I'm friends with her, I'm friends with her brother, you know, I know her family. And again, one of those situations where I was given a message that said, hey, and in fact with her, it was based on some writing. She said, hey, can you look this over? Is this alright? I'm thinking about, you know, posting it or doing whatever. Gives me a Tumblr link. I'm like, okay. Apparently a lot of the stuff wasn't even necessarily just from users, you know, like they themselves in the nude. It was also a lot of like clips or like there's a lot of porn clips and stuff in there. Am I right with that, or am I just assuming something? Vintage PayPal alert, says Maru. Vintage is indeed correct. How long are we going to be? 40 minutes for right now, and then the length of battery is the lake, and now roughly 15 more, thanks to Maru. Yep. The Vintage Caravan with Reset, and Wolfson's Men with the Fire Bot, rather. So number 12, or not number 12, but the $12. I am noticing that they're being called from California. Shut up. And now this ad is going to not work. What in the hell is going on? Something doesn't seem right here, boys and girls. Something doesn't seem right here, boys and girls. Well, there we go. Number 4. Number 4, It Shall Go. Thank you very much, Mario. Appreciate it. Well, I can definitely see that there's some difficulty going on, and it's got to be that's on the YouTube side for sure. I'm dropping a ton of frames. But yeah, that is on the YouTube side. And I can tell this time, considering the difficulty that they are having with their ads playing. And plus, I'm having no problem transmitting the data from the videos themselves. However, for whatever reason, their advertisement queue or whatever is not working. Waterbonk says number 4. What do you think that could be? You know, probably not. My phone number is not readily available, firstly. And second of all, even if it was, I've been getting advertisers, or not advertisers, what's it called? Spam calls from the whole damn country for the past couple of weeks, months, years of my life, and it's annoying. It's irritating. Number 4 with We Butter the Bread with Butter with Hanshin Klein. Metal Fury with the $2. Yeah, Mike Akerfitz is 100% on this album, and it's pretty awesome to see. And here, should I say. We have 2 videos right now that are both very, very close to busting. CKN reacts to Christmas music is $3.96 away. Meanwhile, 5 Reasons People Hate Deathcore is $4.33 away. How long is the stream going to be? As I said, planning for it to be a little bit shorter. than the others. Principally because we're getting prepared for Bad Song stream on Friday. So, as of right now, we have Crimson, which is 40 minutes. It'll probably be closer to like 45 or 50 based around how these ads are going for YouTube and how it's kind of breaking at the moment. And then we have a pair of tracks from Maru and 2 tracks from Waterblanc and Metal Fury, respectively, should I say. So I would definitely bank on us going for at least another hour and a half. I'd like to keep this stream, like I said, a little bit shorter. We usually run for about 3.5 to 4 hours. We've been bordering on 5 hours a lot lately because of just how awesome the queues have been, how crazy it's kind of been. So I've been very pleased with that. But like I said, this one I kind of want to keep it to a minimum. That way we can go crazy on Friday. If I have the new Monotheist album, I don't think I have. No, that doesn't strike me. Doesn't ring a bell. I would. Oh, believe me, there's gonna be a lot of albums this year that people will probably say, "Where's this on the list? Where's that on the list? What the hell?" But again, part of that is going to be because there's a lot of. And Andy was mentioning this yesterday. Andy Fox, Mod Fox, was hooking us up with that information yesterday. There's a lot of great underground releases this year. A lot of stuff from names that, if you're just kind of basic in metal, if you're a basic metal bitch.
This bag.
Well, the ads are working again.
Because Nikki knows when she gets the taste.
Well, the ads are working again, and right before one of the best parts, too. Oh, and you know what? I know why this is. I know why they're doing this. Gamma, you're not going to believe this. They split Crimson 1 into parts with the YouTube playback. I wondered what that was on the right side of the screen whenever I popped this in. And also, oh, you want to talk about a jizz-worthy part. Holy fuck. Yeah, like, you know how Swano, like, literally split up Crimson 2 and made it into, what was it, like, 9 movements, or, no, it was more than that. They do not have just the 40-minute long Crimson whenever they show you more from this artist on the right-hand side. Oh, yes. Mike Ackerfeet in the 90s was a sexy motherfucker. His vocals, that is. He himself, not really my type. I've listened to a couple Flyleaf tracks. I was kind of just, eh. Again, not my thing. There is a famous story. What's the one Flyleaf song? Is it Kelsey? What's the Flyleaf song with the female's name? Supposedly is all about Columbine. Well, Gamma, we'll build a time machine and we'll go get our rocks up in the 90s to Swano and Mike. This is Crimson from Edge of Sanity. The only reason why I asked Mango is because apparently in a live version, and this is actually proven to me, in a live version they changed the name of the person from the name of the song, which, like I said, I think is Kelsey, to Rachel. And that freaked the holy shit out of an ex of mine because that's her name. That was, you know, that's her name. Cassie, thank you. That's it, that's it. Thank you, that album reviewer guy. See, That home reviewer guy helps my brain whenever it comes to stuff like this. Whenever it comes to that stuff that I like am familiar with basically just by knowing that they're a band that exists and have certain aspects, he's the one that helps connect the neurons. Is slam basically devourment worship? I wouldn't go that far, no. Devourment is basically slam worship. See what I did there? I just you know, reversed everything because I'm clever. Not really. Basically the antithesis of clever there. I am the enemy of clever. Oh wow, Theocracy is a wonderful band. Theocracy is a very, very wonderful band. You're quick with Google. Yeah, and you're also in a better situation too, considering if I Googled it, it would probably break the stream. If I Googled, it would break the stream. Hey, we leaped right over an ad. Hooray! How are we so lucky? I have a copy of Aladdin on VHS, which it's kind of like one of my prized possessions because I was a big Robin Williams fan. And after he passed, I was reminded immediately of the fact that I gave away all of my old Disney VHS tapes to my little cousin back whenever I was a much younger man, and it really wasn't my decision. You know, my parents said, "Hey, you know, we're going to give these to Caitlin." May or may not be her name. May have just made that up to protect the innocent. You know. I have no idea what has ever become of those tapes. They were probably sold or were like thrown away. I found a copy of Aladdin on VHS for like $1, maybe $2, maybe $5 at the very maximum. Absolutely had to possess it. You know. So I ended up getting them as now what I require. But Aladdin definitely one of the... I watched a lot of Cinderella whenever I was a kid. I guess that explains why I'm such a pretty princess. I'm a rags to riches fairy, you know, not fairy princess, shit about Tinkerbell. Damn. That's what you get. That's what you get for not twinkle twinkle little star and you go, what are you doing? You weren't doing that. You weren't doing that. Little crazy. Yeah. Let It Go. Let It Go is a bad enough song, and it's like 3 minutes long. Imagine if it was 13. Let's somehow make Let It Go even worse. Let's turn it into a prog epic. You might say, it'll get the kids into good music. No. It'll still be simplistic and annoying. Listen, even Petrucci wouldn't be able to override Disney's desire for the chorus being sung for 5 straight minutes. Mr. Mittens, you went out, bud. She is. Hey, goodbye. Good boy. Hi, Lacey. Here. What do you, little sister? Come with me if you want to live. Uh-oh. She's like, oh no, I'm going to be in front of the camera. No, I'm not ready.
This bag is a pat on the back.
Oh.
Because Nikki knows when she gets the taste she craves.
Good Lord. How many ads do they need to put on here? Too many. Fortunately enough, after this, there should be only 1, 2, 3 more. Now you what? What the what? There you go. Right. Oh, don't. You're fucking a killer. You're being a weirdo. Why don't you come over here? Come over here and lay with your sister. I did not get into the hype of Pirates of the Caribbean. I've watched the first one. Like, really, I've watched bits and pieces of all of them. I don't know, I wasn't really into it. Those are actually, I consider them some of Johnny Depp's worst movies. I consider them some of his worst movies. Very, very biased reasoning, though. It's mostly because they were just movies that I couldn't get into. You know? His performances aren't bad. But if I were to do a list of my favorite Johnny Depp movies, they'd be near the bottom. That's all it really is. Is she gonna appear? No, she's shy. Hi. Maybe she is going to appear on stream. Ah! Ah! Say something. Do something.
Say hi, Daisy.
I swear, she's like, she's like a mother that, you know, the father of a child, you know, puts a little camera on him and has to wave the baby's hand. Say hello, little infant.
Say hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi.
Does it for like the puppy dog too. That mama. Miss Mama. Oh my gosh. We might have a full-scale exodus on our hands. Look at this. Look at this traffic backup. Everybody wants to hear Crimson by Edge of Sanity. All hail the caravan. Got Pippin, who is the most beautiful cat in the world. You have Mama, who might be the most annoying. That's rude. There's Nemo, who's standing on a record player. Don't do that. Cornell's back there. My lord, look at this. Look at this caravan. Everybody. There's no food in here, boys and girls. And one of you is very stinky. I can smell you. My gosh. What? Trying to work here. No. I have a litter of cats. Yeah. I do. 4 adults, 4 kittens. As I've mentioned many times, there was a mama that was outside that was about to... She was very, very close to giving birth, so brought her in. We're keeping 2 of the kittens, but Mama and the other 2 will be...
This bag.
What the
is a
shit?
pat on the back. Because Nikki knows.
Now I know that was not the full length that it said between ads. Something's all wonky here. Something's getting all... This is disgusting. Oh, actually it is the correct placement. Damn. Halfway through! Halfway through one of the best songs of all time. That room was emptier back in the day. This isn't the same room from back in the day. You're talking like 4 years ago? No, actually this is better than it was. one of the main reasons why it's cluttered right now is that I have a box of CD sale purchases that needs to go out. It's over here. I have an N64. I have CD sale and DVD sale items that I like to keep very close at hand. That way I can just pull them very easily. And Cats Aplenty. That record player isn't even mine. That was placed in here during pre-Thanksgiving cleaning, I want to say. Okay. This is getting a little out of control. Do not play with cords. Yeah, YouTube is... Wait. Alright. It's a little too crowded in here, if I'm being real. And mainly I say that because they're being a little bit too active. So, give me just one moment. Okay, everybody. Hey. How about we go to the base? Because they're running around acting like this for all day. Come on now. Everybody. Batman and Robin over here. That's not what we're hoping for, obviously. Unless that's the gay porno. Batman and Robin, a porno. It's like ham on top. I'll also be blunt. Ever since the Nolan trilogy, I've not watched a single Batman film, animated or otherwise. I just really like the overall tone. I like the fact that they were a little bit darker. Although the darkest will still go to Burton, but it's kind of his shtick. If those films weren't dark, I don't think I would actually know who Tim Burton was anymore. Well, see, the thing is that Bale as Batman wasn't what made those movies for me. It was Nolan's stylistic, filmmaking, as well as I'm a big Heath Ledger Joker fan. I like the way that they handled Harvey Dent. I liked how they handled also, and I know that whenever it came out, I was one of the very few that was A-okay with The Dark Knight Rises. I know a lot of folks didn't like how long that film was. I sat there and watched through it just like it was nothing, it was fine for me. Like I saw The Dark Knight multiple times in theaters. At one point, The Dark Knight was one of those films where I could, and in fact did this. My tech department and I were hanging at one of our ex-friends' houses, and The Dark Knight was in her DVD player, and basically just had that on as background all night. You're more of a Marvel guy. Static stories where the hero always wins and where you're speed at. I'm just playing. I really don't define myself by brands. I watch the movies I want to watch too, whenever it comes to that whole setup. I didn't really know if I was going to like Guardians of the Galaxy, but the more I looked at it whenever the DVD came into the store, the more I wanted to just like give it a shot, and then I ended up watching it and loving every minute of it. Deadpool I knew I was going to enjoy, so I've seen both of those in theaters. Doctor Strange, I saw mostly because Miss CKN is a huge Mads Mikkelsen fan, and Mads Mikkelsen is in the film. So, whenever I saw that to me was how a superhero movie is to be made.
Tonight, get Longhorn's Turf and Surf. The crab cake fillet, Flo's filet and lobster tail, new sirloin and lobster shrimp mac and cheese.
Another one.
The feeling, the flavor.
This has been what, like every 3 or 4 minutes?
Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
But again, these have all been in the proper positions, so they have not... Oh, I forgot about this. Oh shit. The fucking reprise. The fucking reprise. Hey Jax, what's going on, girl? Oh. There are so many spots on this album that are just so head-turning and eargasm worthy. It's ridiculous.
What was the reason to this sacrifice? Nothing is gained from this great team rise. And after the order we know, she has the powers to deceive us all.
Again, like I have met some folks that are not really keen on this album, and I don't understand them. Mads Mikkelsen, aka Hannibal Lecter in the Hannibal television series, and I really liked his performance there also. Quite a good actor, I must say. And like she's even seen some of his like national films that he had made whenever he was in the Netherlands. Was it the Netherlands or was it oh well, wherever it was. A couple of the films that he made prior to expanding and coming into, I guess, American cinema or international cinema, maybe the best way to put it. I'm not quite sure what my kiddos are looking at, but they're staring at the door like something's going to happen. Maybe there's a friendly spooter that's walking underneath the door frame and they're watching it. And the spider's just like, "Hello everybody, how's it going?" And they're looking at it like, "We will kill you." Yes, Danish from Daneland. Well, this is ending. Does that mean we have another ad coming? Well, yeah, we sure do, in about 2 minutes. God damn it. I know that the Captain Marvel trailer exists. I did not watch it. Because again, like I said, I'm really picky whenever it comes to superhero flicks. I've still not seen Infinity War Part 1. And I probably will never. I will not see that movie. I can almost guarantee you that. The knife? But supper's ready. Hey, what you go get supper's ready? The song's amazing. What's your bud, buddy? This ain't here, kiddo. This ain't gonna be that. What's up, bud? Hey, take a look here, bud. Step in. Step in. Speaking very defiant. So focused. He is just the most freaking beautiful cat, first of all. And second of all, he's really, really docile and calm. He's very tricky little. I was gonna say, supper's ready. Come on, man. Supper's ready is the shit. And there's a damn good version of it done by Steve Hackett and a number of other guests, including Steven Wilson, on the Genesis Revisited 2 album, which you can get in the CD sale. You want to know what's still in the CD sale? There you go. Recently added some titles. There's 50 of them that were added. It's down to 39. Balti Pilota. It's like Arnold's, only Dutch. Yes, the Daneland. This should be our last ad.
We make mornings around here brighter. No matter if you're dealing with the wet.
God. I want to kill McDonald's right now. McDonald's is killing Crimson. See, one of the things about prog that I like is that everything is very cohesive. If you really break this down, there's many multiple tracks within the same song. So whenever you're seeing a callback to an older part of the track, it's just a reprise. And you're hearing how the themology overall overarcs and laps. You may, in that case, Metal Fury, prefer Crimson 2 over Crimson 1. Considering Crimson 2 is broken down into tracks as opposed to being one long song. However, I will also warn that I do believe Crimson 2 is longer. This also means that if we ever do get the opportunity to play Light of Day, Day of Darkness by Green Carnation, if someone is bold enough to, I guess, donate $60.03 to get that mammoth played, we'll let you know in advance. I can just remember, very first time hearing those epic opening lyrics, though, to Light of Day. A vision, a call. Oh. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Well, see, here's the thing. You don't need every song to be long in order for it to be a prog release. Back in the day, and this is, of course, because of the restraints of the recorded medium of vinyl records at the time, you would have a long song that was like maybe 11, 12 minutes, and then you'd have a couple shorter songs, and then you would end with a long song. Then maybe you would have 2 epics on the album as opposed to the whole entire album being epics. Take a look at some of the Rush albums from the 1970s, and you'll see how that was done pretty well. There you go, Gamma. Oh man, I haven't listened to Light of Day, Day of Darkness in an age too, so that might be some independent listening from me tonight. You could totally have an event called Long Song-a-thon. What you doing, Pips? What you doing, buddy boy? Well, The Hunt by Fauna is, it's 80 minutes, and it's interesting. I mean, for the first half of that song, I'm really into it. As it draws onto its second half, though, I tend to get a little bit lost, only because the first half of it's really memorable. The second half really slogs a bit by comparison. Well, I think the one reason why complaints about length on good albums are okay is the fact that that just indicates that the fans enjoyed what they heard so much they wish there was more of it. I think that one of Vector's primary strengths is the fact that it doesn't overstay its welcome. And that's not always easy to do. It's sometimes the hardest, well, it probably is extremely difficult to look at something that you poured hours of your life into, you know, to create, only to say, this doesn't work, I can't use this, and that's it, you know, it's gone, or it's like just in some archive or some vault, you know? Think about that, you know, I'm sure that your favorite heavy metal band from 1987, or 1992, or even 2001, probably has a lot of songs that they didn't use. There's no band that I can think of that just writes 13 tracks, or 8 tracks, or whatever, and then just says, that's it. No quality control, none needed. You know what I mean? Are you looking at the Hawken album? I thought you were speaking about the band. What Vector probably needed, what the Hawken album probably needed, was for its last song to be a lot longer and have a little bit more epic feel, because that album loses a lot of its oomph in the second half. It needed something strong to end on, and we really didn't get that. That's about it. This is 40 minutes of your life that it's so very easy to lose whenever you listen to this album. It really is. And again, there's been how many death metal bands that have come and gone. There have been how many, you know, Opeth Pretenders, or, you know, how many bands have come and gone and have released albums that barely register in the memory, but yet a 40-minute long death metal song from Edge of Sanity, from a young guy named Dan Swarno and his buddy Mike Ackerfit from Opeth, who at this point in time, I believe had only 2 albums to their name, which was Orchid and Morning Rise. And we have Legendary. The album just lost a lot of its momentum in the second half. Is that the one the Metalhead box has as a shirt? The Hades album that I have, I got that 1,000,001 years ago at a used record store, so I don't believe so. All I know is that it's like a best of. It's a best of album. If the Metalhead box has that available as a shirt, that's a coincidence. It may have just been Orchid, you're right. Ah, there you go. Edge of Sanity, ladies and gentlemen, with Crimson. Hugely influential album. Hugely influential song. If you want to know why progressive death metal is a thing, this is one of your reasons. Not the sole reason, mind you. But this was definitely an album that showed the infinite possibilities of death metal. And that's why it is legendary. The Lake by Bathory coming up next. Then we have a pair of songs from Maru, and we'll have to see whether or not Metal Fury returns. Now, unlike our previous song that we just finished up, we won't be interrupted by 17 damned ads with this one. This is from Blood on Ice. Oh, Star 1. All of the Arion albums. Yeah, we do the rank 'em all, and then the next day in stream, Waterblanc's so excited about it that he just drops like 500 euros for the whole entire discography, which may not even be enough. I don't even know. I'd have to go and look at like combined run times. I've never really done that with bands. I've never looked at combined run times for the like entire discography or stuff. For more Swana, you can also get Witherscape, that brand new project. Well, not brand new, it's been out for a little bit. Covered an album of theirs from 2016. I think it was called like the Northern Exposure or something like that. Witherscape was really, really good. And I think he also has a brand new project also. Nightingale. It's been a while for Nightingale. We've gotten a new album from Nightingales, but Nightingale, it's been a couple years. And Nightingales just reminds you that Nightingale is really good. You could also go really, really obscure and get some Panthymonium. Panthymonium, if you want avant-garde, that's about as avant-garde as it's gonna get. That's some weird shit. That's some weird shit. Oh, Bathory. I mean, Blood, Fire, Death is really a hard album to just say no to. Let's be real. Hammerheart. Again, Bathory, no bad decisions. You don't make a bad decision whenever it comes to picking a Bathory album to listen to. Period. Dr. Samurai, thank you very much. I appreciate that, my man. I appreciate that, my dude. It's been a long time. It's I have only 26 more days to enjoy that, really. Not that the channel was founded on like January the 1st, but yes. No. I put the handle back on the little table. Hey, open the door. Get the ones out. What a lovely, lovely thing. Say the thrash albums aren't that good? I kind of disagree. I think they're alright. Hey, what's going on, 4x4 Ram Bam? From South Texas. We played a band from your home state to start off the stream. A band called Wills Dissolve. If you're unaware of them, you should probably check them out, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Kiara. How are you doing? Your Quarathon senses brought you here. You know what? Probably would be a more interesting comic than some of Spider-Man's storylines. But would it be more interesting than Tobey Maguire himself? And I guess to be really, really fair, Quarathon Man would be a much better Superman just in principle than Superman. Worst? I'm prone to agree with Waterblunt with Octagon. That's kind of a tough call, though. Because Octagon is still alright. Remember, whenever I say there's no wrong decisions, it basically means that there's nothing that outright blows. There's nothing that outright blows. Octagon is just very forgettable. And that's almost worse. You know, it's almost worse to have a forgettable album than have an album that just blows, because an album that blows is pretty much littered in memory forever. But if your album is just forgotten about by most, that's bad. Nearing the end of the lake, and I feel like it is only right for us to Nemesis. Braver man than I. Braver man than I. I feel like it's only right. I feel like it's only right that I pull one of these out of my hat. And somebody should understand this immediately. Surprise! Dark Mother Divine by Dissection. If Brother Nero comes, then his dissection senses will be tingling. I love the original. Nothing against Joan. Nothing against Joan. But the original just... Oh. I love the original so much. Tommy James and the Shondells. And I saw Joan cover this live whenever I saw her. It was last year. And it was probably one of the highlights of the concert. But Joan live is actually not that good. Like, I was very disappointed. Saw him with Heart and... trying to remember the third band. Shit. Wow. Cheap Trick. There we go. Cheap Trick was pretty good. Cheap Trick was decent. Joan Jett, like I said, was honestly kind of disappointing. And Heart was awesome. Like, Heart was amazing. Waterblanc, where is that $2 and... what was it, 96? $2.60 headed. Number 4, number 7, number 1, number 95. Choose your character. Number 4. Oh yeah, Heart finished off one of the encores with Stairway to Heaven, which is not that difficult to imagine. They've covered it in the past, but holy smokes, their cover live just exudes amazing. Just exudes amazing. And then, of course, also hearing some of their hits. Like, I can remember hearing some of those songs in doctor's offices, like soft rock stations, Muzak, that you hear whenever you're a little kid in the doctor's office in the early 1990s. And, you know, these weren't songs that were that old. You know, these were not songs that were that old. Hart was still actively recording and touring. I'm trying to think of exactly the track that I remember hearing. But wow, yeah, they are just... They're wild. They're wild, and they're really... You can tell that they have that hippie spirit, you know, that late 60s spirit. Because they want peace, they want love, they want us to stop being bastards to each other. You know, and of course Ann Wilson is still radiant, so... Cheap Trick was loud as fuck. That's pretty much their gimmick. They are a loud band and they still like having fun. Cheap Trick was one of my manager's top 5 favorite bands to go alongside the Beatles, the Who, not Y&T. Shit. Not important for me to know this information, you know, but still, just kind of fun to know that crap. Crimson and Clover, over and 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 over. Ha! This is whenever you realize that I listened to a little bit of everything. I'll prove it even further. This is just a quick little deviation. Fuck it, don't care. We'll get into these 2 tracks from Mario momentarily, the Vintage Caravan and Wolsenman. We'll get into that in 3 minutes. Like I said, it's going to be a short stream. Might as well do something fun while we're here. I think it's no secret I love Neil Young. Wills Dissolve, yes. Wills Dissolve. They are a progressive death metal band from, I want to say central to maybe east central Texas. How do I feel about Christmas music? My friend Joe, that will be a video for you. Believe me. I honestly have no problem with it in general. However, whenever it begins being played in November, and you're seeing, if you're an American, you're seeing how it's being responded to right now by the elite complainers of the world. It's really oversaturated. Consider number 4 funded. Neil Young in general just provides me with a joy that you will... I can't even put it in words. I can't even put it in words. He had a new album this year. You're right, number 4 is now funded. We get to talk about Christmas music. Now that Crosby, Stills and Nash? Yeah. CSNY era is really, really strong. CSN is kind of... There's still great stuff. There's still really, really great stuff. But I'm really I'm very biased towards Neil Young. I don't know why. And his stuff with Crazy Horse, by the way, I think is just the pinnacle. The pinnacle. I mean, holy crap. Psychedelic Pill from 2012 does psych rock better than a lot of the bands that have come out trying to do psych rock in the past 5 to 10 years. Like, essentially, you're seeing all these groups come out and try to acclimate the style, and Crazy Horse just gets together with Neil Young and says, well, fuck it, we'll write a 30-minute long song and you will feel like you're tripping balls, but also have a big stupid smile on your face. It's great. It's just, it's amazing to me. And actually, I have an odd piece of trivia for you guys. Because I know you guys like Typo Negative. I know all of you guys probably like Typo Negative. Does that sound familiar right here? That's 10 seconds. Let's do it again. Can you name that tune based off of those measures? Can you name that tune based off of those measures? You probably can. Waterblunk, I'm almost positive will be able to do this with ease. We'll do it one more time. One final time here. And Neil, say it loud and say it proud for everybody here.
I wanna live with a cinnamon girl. I can be happy the rest of my life with a cinnamon girl.
Nope, not Summer Breeze. Summer Breeze is Seals and Cross.
I run in the night. You see us together.
This is Cinnamon Girl.
Chasing the moonlight.
Typo Negative did a cover of this song as well. In fact, Cinnamon Girl was one of the very first music videos for Typo Negative I ever saw. A long, long time ago, whenever it first came out. But hey, we have a couple other songs we need to play. These people are going to get mad at me too. Everyone's mad at me. Going these deviations, playing Neil Young and shit. Vintage Caravan is up next. And we are going to be playing the song Reset. I have a couple of tracks remaining in our queue, and then we will probably wrap things up for the day. Like I said, a shorter stream this afternoon in preparation for Friday's Bad Songs stream 3, Bad Songs with a Vengeance. And what I'll probably do is, just for fun, I'll probably leave you guys with a track from the Scorpion Child. Because I really... I kind of took a gamble and got a couple of albums from Nuclear Blast that I didn't recognize the names. I did with 2 of them. And Scorpion Child was one of them, and they're pretty amazing. No plans for that at the moment, Waterblunk. No plans for that at the moment. Metal Fury is not here, so unfortunately we butter the bread with butter. But Hanshen Klein will have to wait until the next time we see him in chat, which will probably be on Friday. But we'll be doing bad songs. I don't think he thinks it's a bad song, so you know, that's kind of how that goes. We will probably not do that. I look like a giant dingus. You know that, because you can see me. Yeah, that would certainly be a cloistered book. There was a long, long time ago. Shit, this was like 2000s age. Like we're talking a long, not 2000s, 2010. We're talking like 7 or 8 years ago. There used to be a way that you could do chats with like 6 or 7 people with image. How the hell? Like, I forget what that was all about, or like what that website was. I did that with one of my exes or one of her friends. Well, let's just say that despite the fact that I was the only man in there, I was also the best looking. I look like a guy with a face and some hair. Yeah, you basically just described me. This actually isn't what I look like. I'm actually just a gigantic mouth. I don't actually have hair, eyes, glasses, nose, ears. Just a gigantic mouth with teeth. Mario's like, oh, well, my webcam just broke. Yeah, okay. Maru's afraid to blind us with her beauty. It's that social anxiety of viewing your crush for the first time, like whenever you're in high school and stuff like that. Like you've been talking with somebody online, you just really, really enjoy speaking with this person, and then you finally get up the courage to say, hey, what the hell do you look like? I want to put a face to all these words. And they send you a picture, and you're just like, wow. Hey, Louie, what's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Waterblonde. She is hiding her beauty from the world. We are being deprived of loveliness. How does that break? Listen, some cameras get overwhelmed the same way that humans do. So what happens is that when something of either extreme is seen, whether it be extreme beauty or extreme ugly, some cameras will just break. I've had it happen to me a couple times before. It's terrible. Of course, mine was for different reasons. Mine was because they actually had to look at me for, every day for years. Which means that Miss CKN should probably get screened because she's had to put up with me for like 7 years. So at this point, she has probably a full-scale like disease. Something probably not good that requires medication, antibiotic cream, and maybe a couple suppositories. The Fire Bow from Wilson Men. Up next. This is from songs from the Fjergen. This is epic heathen folk metal. Up after this, we will have some dissection and Lame Franz. Yeah, I know what you're I know what you're talking about with that as well, Gamma. I had so many different things that came up where it was more prudent for me to cut the hair and, I've never been one to really keep a beard because I always get really irritated by it. Like, this is about the maximum that I let it go before it really starts to become bothersome to me. There's just so many things where it's better off for me to get rid of it. And I sort of let my hair go a little bit. It's not long because I've been doing a little bit of like snipping here and there just independently. But I definitely could require some... Definitely require a day where my head just gets like hit with a razor blade. Preferably one that's inside of a one of those handheld razors that cuts hair and doesn't cut skin. It's a lot better than me getting an old pair of like construction paper scissors and trying to cut my hair. Dead whatever. Fair. I'm not sure if you do the whole Instagram thing, Maru, but Winterfeld is a really cool follow on Insta. They recently showed they just celebrated, I think it was their 10-year anniversary, and they showed a really cool like little movie that showed all the albums that they released and stuff. It was pretty neat to see, like the Mercidian Spheres and stuff. Maybe it was 15 years. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, Winterfeld is a freaking awesome group, and one that unfortunately I boast none of in my collection, which needs to change, and will in due time. I'm not necessarily in a hurry, if you know what I mean, because I like to find deals. I like to find those curious things, and you know what? I don't know what is going to potentially come later on down the line from my buddy Joe. I know that I could maybe dial up another friend of mine. I know that he was selling a lot of stuff last year, and I had to balk on it. I was going to buy a shitload of stuff from the guy, but I couldn't justify the money I was going to spend. But oh, dude, like it's just... Let me give you a little example here. Let me see if I can find this particular file. I'm trying to remember how to access this. As you can tell, I'm really dumb whenever it comes with phones. Anyway, it's actually better for me to go through Chrome. There we go. CD inventory. Some of the groups that I passed up stuff on, 1349, which I would have passed up on anyway because I had most of those. Abigail Williams, Absu. Let's see. Agalok, but I have most of that. Alce, I have most of that. Or at least some of it. You know, so far it's pretty commonplace stuff. Some unknown craft stuff that I don't have, especially the older stuff. Arched Goat, R Noir, a lot of Bathory, a lot of old school Behemoth, Black Witchery, Belvagar, Baal Sagoth. I mean, this is like, how many pages? 26 pages of just stuff. But one thing that I can tell you with fact is that whenever I go all the way here to page number 22, Winterfeld, the Mercidian Sphere, and the Ghost of Heritage. A couple Woods of Ypres albums. You know, Vital Remains stuff I'm mad toward, you know. But here's one that maybe one or two of you would have been interested in that I would have probably kept close to heart. Would have been Xanthroproid. Lots of Zaster also. Holy crap. We're talking basically the whole entire Zaster discography. Some Shooter. Would have had some spare copies of Triptychon's 2 albums. Summoning. I mean, and he had 3 Psy albums, and that's where it starts to really hurt, because there's some stuff here that I've just never seen in a store. You know. I mean, the whole entire list is absurd. I don't think the guy's selling them anymore, and even if he was, I doubt he'd put a deal with me, because I ended up not taking any. I ended up, you know, completely and totally like bailing on him whenever it came to that, and I feel bad because he's a real good guy. He was involved with the vehicular accident that we talked about a couple of years ago. If you remember that. If you remember us talking about the painkiller accident a couple years ago between the up-and-coming bands. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into some darkness. Brother Nero shows up because of this. I will be convinced that some of y'all have beacons in your heads. This is one of his favorite tracks from this album, from Re and Chaos. It's easily one of mine as well. Dark Mother Divine by Dissection. Yank it and crank it. Hey Paradise, how you doing, man? How's it going? So we have one more track left in our queue today. And then it looks like we are going to maybe... We may not even make it to 6 o'clock today. May close up shop a little bit earlier. But of course, this is all for our preparation for Friday. Bad Song Stream. Bad Song Stream 3. Bad Songs on the menus. Part of the way, Static. It holds up. That's the one thing I like about it. How much left on the queue? We have one more song at this point. You're only going to request one song for the Bad Song Stream? That's cool. It must be really, really bad if you're like dedicating one track to it alone. Ugh. That's okay, Louie. It'll be going on for quite a while, so you may actually see some of it without even realizing it. We're going to be getting started around 2:30 or 3 o'clock Eastern Time, Eastern Standard Time here in America. I know there's some other folks that have to work too, so damn. Maybe I should have gone with it last Friday, but last Friday was huge anyway. Absolutely. Yeah, if you want to, game of this. Perfectly all well and good. As I always say, 'tis your money, sir. 'Tis your finances. So the cats, the kittens specifically, have gotten into one of those like little like bushy ball things that you see on the top of like toboggans and different hats. And the little strands that they're pulling out of it are everywhere. I just now realized. It's pretty... Oh, yes. What, slipper animal? Alright, bud. Hey, there's something good. We'll see you Friday. Static. Facebook's internal tensions are reaching a boiling point, a story from Briefing. Ooh, what does that mean? Zuckerberg is about to lay the smackdown on some jabronis that are trying to tell him he's a jackass. Oh, yeah? I sadly can't say that I recommend anybody in that area. The only one that I could have recommended in the Northeast is now with a band, which is Duncan. You probably remember Duncan from years and years ago. Fosna was a former reviewer himself. Aside from that, because you're in the UK, right? If I remember correctly, you're in the UK. In my mind, I've sold over 1 million records. Problem is, that's in my mind. Apparently that just means that my mind has a lot of resonance. Hey, Metal Melodies, how you doing, my friend? Your avatar looks like an M&M. Lani Franz with Feast coming up next. I unfortunately never did much with the whole band thing, with the exception of Paradigm whenever I was in college. And nothing really came from that, obviously. Like, I don't even know if the one song that we like halfway recorded, which basically means we recorded it without bass or drums, I don't even know if that survives anywhere. Let me friends with Feast. Oh dear. Ah, damn.
Alle lampknatsers verzamelen!
I feel like I just need to be happy for all of this. There's something about benzos, hold on. Yeah. It's like the easiest thing to say though, like you just say it and you immediately think of M&M's. Maybe that just proves that I'm fat and like chocolate. Acoustic stuff and build up the rock. Ooh. Gamma with $4. Black New Age by Vinder is his choice. I have a feeling that that is heading toward number 7 is going to be my prediction. The poor man's Snowbolicus. This is also why I should not stream very much longer.
Hallo, ik heb weer een stuk in elkaar. Ik drink het allemaal op vandaag. Zing het hardst en zuip het meest, want u is het feest.
I'm going to try to have something special for you guys on Friday, aside from Bad Song Stream. Something that will maybe trigger whenever we hit a certain amount. Snowbolicus. Like I said, I'm having trouble with everything today. Okay, I'm looking at this thing that my dad just gave me, and I thought that was going to be like an official thing, as opposed to just looking like it was printed out on, you know, basic ass printer paper, like it was an email or something. For a Little Pump song, I love it. I don't think I've ever heard a Little Pump song, period. The Revocation album review, probably not going to happen. If you hear anything from or about Revocation, it'll probably be maybe on the top 50 list. Depends on if I make it. So I'm pretty much done with reviews for the year. This guy looks like he's like the Danish Weird Al Yankovic. Or like John Candy and Weird Al Yankovic had a baby.
No, that is feest.
Water Blanc, all I can say is that was an experience. And that man is very, very, very much what appeared to be the love child of Weird Al Yankovic and John Candy. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Justin, to answer your question, yes, I can. So Justin has himself a request of his own. He's totally paying me for a song today, or he's totally asking me to give him a song today. What's that old freaking... I'm trying to think of that damned Sweet Pea line from Popeye. Vinder with Black New Age. This is off of 1184. Can't go wrong with some Vinder. Holy crap. That is a powerful mix that they have on here. Probably why it only has 5,000 views, because, you know, most ears exploded. Holy shit. Holy shapoopy. Stop streaming? Don't see that happening. I will be streaming. There's a better chance that I will move to streaming exclusively than stop streaming. Although videos will be resuming quite frequently, or at least a little bit more frequently. I have a new camera that is on its way. Should be here in about 2 weeks, and I am happy about it. Yeah, I listen to vinyl. I listen to vinyl, man. I'll tell you, one of the main reasons why it has a little bit more crisp pop and everything like that is the way it's recorded. The layering and all of that. It really extracts a little bit more purity and intensity from it. But really, if you want to know a bigger secret, is that if you're listening to a CD versus digital, the CD is better by the proxy of its bitrate. I'm me. How you doing? I exist. I'm Patrick! I'm in the year 1184. You tell English, it's impossible. Now one more track after this. We're probably going to take our lead for the evening. We have Damone by Deftones coming up after this. And like I said, I did promise that I would leave you guys with some Scorpion Child, so I would do that. I will do that. And then I will see you guys on Friday for Bad Song Street. I will definitely see you guys Friday for Bad Song Street. Each and every one of you. All of you. And more. You're going to tell like 27 friends. Actually, don't do that, because if you do that, then holy crap, we might be here until next Thursday. I'll have to listen to like every song in the Meghan Trainor discography. I'll probably have to listen to every song in the Taylor Swift discography and like every known modern country song in the universe. I'll have to listen to a bunch of stuff that makes Danish pop sound like paradise. This year, I have not been to many shows at all. I've been to saw Weezer and Pixies. I saw Weezer and the Pixies earlier this year. That was it. I haven't gone to any shows really this year. Got a lot of other stuff going on. A lot of other things I've been doing. So the thing is that whenever you get older, it slows down a little bit. First part of this decade, I was going to so many shows it was when I started to keep up. I was easily losing a lot of money to gas because I live about 60 miles away from Pittsburgh. So there and back, doing that once is fine, but doing that twice, and you start to need gas in the old tank. I have unfortunately not gone to very many shows at all this year. Deftones with Damone. This is off of Around the Fur. Damone just sounds like they should have actually just spelled it D-A-M-O-A-N. It usually sound like something that Chino Moreno would sing. Buster Hyman and the Penetrators. That would have been a name, alright. It still would not be as ridiculous as King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which I'm pretty sure was done just to, you know, get as many rhymes in there as humanly possible. Yeah, that's another thing, you know, whenever I get into work season, I'm essentially working close to 7 days a week. Last year I was doing 60 plus hours. This year I'm not going to be doing that at all. This year I'm giving myself a little bit of a reprieve. I'll still be working like close to 40, but I will not be doing that over the course of 6 days. Oh wait, last year was like 5 days. Whatever it was, I don't know. First year I was at the office, I was available basically whatever day they came. That was a bad idea. That was 2017. And last year, it was this past winter. It was supposed to be 4 days. Oftentimes it was not, because originally my plan was I would work the 4 days and then I would maybe stream one day and do you know, recordings and stuff the next. It never happened. You know what I mean? It's that 4 paid weeks. It's holy crap. Whenever you get 4 weeks off and you're paid for it, that's like a month of just like jerking off and doing whatever the hell you want. And you're getting paid to do it. I want to see Ariana Grande live. Honestly, I really don't want to see her live. And it's not because I don't want to see her. I don't want to see everybody else. Like, that's going to be a really big stadium show, and I'm not really too keen on big pop shows like that. I've never really been to one. I'm sure that all the motion and the lights and the pretty colors and all that blah 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 would be awesome, but I would what I would prefer is something I'll never get, which is seeing Grande perform in a more intimate setting. You know, like it's the reason why I really like metal shows, because they take place in arenas that maybe hold 800 to 1,000 people. You know, even less than that in some cases. You do get a very intimate feel with that. And then that intimacy is destroyed because they start talking about, you know, Satan breathing a moose cow or something. I don't know, you know. Megadeth and Opeth need to release a new CD. Opeth is supposedly going to be 2019. Megadeth. If I were to be a betting man, I would call within the next 12 to 18 months of Megadeth ready to be given to us. If I were a betting man. Mostly because if you're going to get Kiko from Angular, you best not waste him by having him on one album and then just having him tour with you guys. I mean, yeah, it's probably a better paying gig for Kiko, but the man has riffs to give the world, damn it. And again, he has been giving us riffs for quite a while, so you know, maybe I'm the one that's being out of line there. We're going to end with a track from Scorpion Child. The album is entitled Acid Roulette, and so is the song. This group, like I said, I took a complete blind chance with, and I really, really like what I did. So this is our last track for the day. Thanks to everybody who stopped out. Hope you enjoyed this. And again, remember that we will be back here Friday. We'll be back here Friday for Bad Song Stream number 3, entitled Bad Songs with a Vengeance. And I think that there's going to be a couple of cool incentives that are going to take place on Friday. Maybe a reward if we reach a certain total. Although there are many awards to be unlocked whenever we make it to $2,000, including the Now That's What I Call Music series being revitalized. It's being resurrected. Which just, what was I thinking? As well as a series being proposed by a lucky winner in chat. Paradise Go. Wait, you can't go for it. Rank 'em all has already been met. We are going to have a rank 'em all for rank 'em all is going to happen for Pink Floyd. It's going to be really interesting. Now that's what I call metal. You know what? If I knew how to master and get around the whole copyright thing, you know, that'd be a pretty cool series. If I just found metal and put together like an hour-long compilation and called Now That's What I Call Metal Volume 1. Maybe a month later or a couple months later, make a second one. And it would just be the music itself. And there would maybe be ads in between, or maybe I would try to put myself there to explain a little something or whatever. It'd be a really cool series. I would probably never, in my wildest dreams get away with it. Might not be a bad idea though. We reach 2,000 and you end up winning that that spin of the old Nightbot RNG machine. Then there you go. That could be a great recommendation. Five seconds of the song. Yikes. Big time yikes. Oh, of course not. Now doesn't know what actual rock music is. Now doesn't know what rock music is. That company's one main purpose is for what's modern on the country and the pop music fronts that they can spill onto a CD, and it's a compilation. That's all it is. They get the rights. You know, they have partnerships with different record labels and stuff like that. Bam. Scorpion Child, folks. Enjoy it, love it, stream it, believe it, buy it, man. Such a good album, such a great song. It's like Deep Purple's real pissed, but it's also trippy as balls. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys on Friday for Bad Song Stream. Thanks for stopping in, and have a good night. Take care.